Let's just do like a descending siren.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Absolutely. And now start low, go high, and come back down. Yeah, your voice sounds really healthy. Great.
Great.
Let's do say for me, please, lulu.
Lulu, lulu, lulu.
Lulu.
Lulu, lulu, lulu. Lulu, lulu, lulu. Lulu, lulu, lulu.
Yeah, great instrument. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's do this. Do a little practice yawn and just feel some of that stretch in the back of your throat. And then when you take your breath in, uh, for to start your first note, just bring online a little bit of that stretch. Okay, how does that first note feel to you?
It feels a little weird. I don't know how
Yeah,
else to put it. It's not landing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like in when I hear you in my body, I feel a sensation of like reaching,
Yeah.
and it's actually it's you're I think you're going to be surprised that you are going to have to work less than you are.
Hmm.
Let's do this. Let yourself scoop into it.
Okay.
Loo, loo. Just kind of scoop up into it. But like bullseye, right on the money. Bullseye. Do it again.
Can I have the note?
Bingo, bingo. So now let's do this. In my experience, coming at a note from underneath is often it just feels safer and
Hmm.
like more doable. Um, so let's do this. You're gonna slide into the note twice, and then on the third time, start right on the note. But my idea is that your body will feel that same sense of connection and groundedness, and it's not going to
Hmm.
reach up. It'll just be anchored.
Hmm.
Okay? There you go. And then do the whole
Yeah.
scale. Then do the whole scale.
Okay. Yeah.
Great. We're going to do it again. The intonation was on, right? The note was right. But we're going to just do our little scoop, scoop, loo, 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 just to see if we can get that first note feeling even more like, ooh, I got this. It's in my body. It's connected to my sternum.
Okay.
Same process. That's great. So same process. We'll do two more keys.
Okay.
Okay, now what kind of music do you normally sing?
I lean towards like more musical theater type stuff. I'm definitely I have a good range, but I'm alto, obviously. Like,
Yeah, this is a rich instrument, like molten bronze, like really beautiful. Okay, really good. Let's do this. Let's do let's actually come down, and let's see what the chest voice looks like. So I'm gonna drop us down.
okay.
I'm gonna drop us down a little bit, and then we're gonna just keep going down. Same exercise. Lulu.
Do you want me to scoop into it or do you want me to just
You know what? Totally your choice.
okay.
Like when we're doing songs,
Hmm.
our conductors will often not want us to scoop for
Of
reasons
course.
of musicality, but in terms of uh, vocal technique, it can be just really comforting and like grounding for the nervous system. So I'm gonna let you have the steering wheel on that one.
Okay. Loo, 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 loo. 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 Loo, 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 loo.
Yes, honey.
Loo, 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 loo. Loo, 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 loo.
Last one, I think.
Loo, 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 loo.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Okay, great. So now correct me if I'm wrong. It sounds to me like when we were higher, that you were in like a mixed voice or like a really embodied head voice.
Mm-hmm.
When we got down a little lower, it did transition, but I
Yeah.
would not say that the upper part was like a belt. I would say that it was like a mixed. Does that sound right, or am I off the
Yeah.
mark? Okay.
Yeah, no, completely. I don't have a super high belt. Um, I can belt and I can belt really well, but it needs to be within a certain range. I don't have that higher register belt. It definitely goes into a mix and then obviously into my head when it gets, higher than that.
I have heard that from a lot of lower voiced females that their
Yeah.
belt their belt also happens to be lower, and
Hmm.
then for whatever reason, higher voiced females have a higher belt.
Hmm.
So I think you're not alone in that in noticing that. Let's do this. Let's play with some other vowels.
Okay.
Let's do e o e o e o e o e e and o.
Okay. E o e o e o e o e. E o e o e o e o e. E o e o e o e o e. E o e o e o e o e. E o e o e o e o e.
Okay, great. So we're gonna do that again, but first, we're gonna see if we can thin out the chords a little bit. So it's a nya, but we're not going to open up to like nya nya nya. It's going to be a um, very like thin stream. Nya 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 nya.
Nya 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 nya. Nya 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 nya. Nya 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 nya.
Okay, excellent. So now we're gonna do
Okay, back to back.
back to back, exactly.
Okay.
Because the nyanya had like it was like taking a TheraBand and stretching it, right? Whereas the first time we went up on EOEOE, it was like what's a piece of exercise equipment, like a punching bag, kind of like it's like thick and solid, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna do our nyanya to like really stretch the chords thin, and then right away you're gonna go up on EOEO as if you could follow that thin stretch on these different vowels.
Okay, so the Nina is gonna stay at the same and go down, and then the EOE goes up
And
and
comes
down.
down. That's correct.
Okay, let me see if I can do that. Okay, can I have the note one more time? Okay.
That was awesome. Good. Let's do that one again. So the nya on the top, we got a little bit of like a nya nya, almost like an ah.
Mm.
Nya nya. See if you can keep it. It's not going to sound pleasant to your inner ear.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Did I do it? Did I do it? I
Did
did
I do
it.
it? Did I do it?
You totally did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it
It
again.
feels totally different too. Like that's yeah. So okay.
Tell me more. Tell me more. How does
Yeah.
it feel different?
So when on the Nyanya puts like your for me like puts my soft palate like in place, so that way like I noticed a difference on the EOs like going up, that it's much I don't want to say condensed or restricted because that's, but it's almost like it's like putting it in the place where, as opposed to it being like up and like open, it's just a little bit more like pulled back, if that makes
Totally.
sense.
It does. I try to avoid the following terminology, but basically what we're doing is like we're focusing your sound in the
Mm-hmm.
mask. You know, we're finding like a really
Mm-hmm.
like forward buzzy
Mm-hmm.
quality, and then we're singing the more open vowels through that. Um, Now, if you go back to doing something choral, you might not want to do that at all. Right
Right,
now,
right,
we're
right.
talking like oh rather
Yeah.
than ah, but whatever. Okay, so yes, I think we're on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do it again. That was the best nyanya onset so far. Like it was
Mm-hmm.
just like right in the bullseye and super confident on the very first moment.
I felt
Okay,
it.
good. Yeah, it was great. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Beautiful.
Yay.
Okay, let's see what happens. Let's get us up a little higher and just see what happens. Let's do. Let's try I O U.
I owe you. Ooh. Let's try that again. Can I have the starting note? Uh, can you play it with me one time?
Yes, we will do that. Just so you know, there tends to be like a little lag. So if it feels like the piano is somehow behind you, don't worry about it. In fact,
Okay.
let me do this. I'm gonna roll the chord and
Okay.
just keep the pedal on. So the
Okay.
sound will continue, and then you do when you're ready.
Okay.
Absolutely, absolutely. So now, let's see if we can find that stretch on the top again. On an NG, do for me, please. Mm.
Can I have the note one more time?
Absolutely. And then what if I said, and this might be the wrong thing to ask you to do, but what if I said, can you reduce the amount of breath pressure that you use to get to the note? Absolutely. And so you do that again. And then once you get to the note, you're going to do your yang yang yeah. So we'll do this. Yang 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 yang.
Okay. Can I have the note one more time? I
That's
lost
it.
it for a second there.
Yeah, that's okay. But technically you did the thing, right? Technically you thinned out, you reduced the breath pressure, and you got it. Let's do it one more time. Now, there you go. Again. There you go. Okay, I see the question mark on your face. You're not sure about that one. Talk to me.
I just it, I I felt like I was still not like I got to the note, but it wasn't like it didn't like land like I don't know. It just didn't. I got there, but it wasn't mm, to me.
Okay, yeah, totally. So, what I noticed that might be what you're talking about is that there was a little on
Hmm.
the I, oh, on the O.
Yeah.
So that might be it. The other thing that we're working with though is that that note, that's getting into your passaggio now.
Hmm.
So there really is like a different feeling that might come through.
Hmm.
Um, and so either one of those two things could be it. Let's try this. Ah.
Uh, any note or
kind
okay.
of kind of approximate that note.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. Great. Do that again. Do that again. Now do the exercise. There you go. And
That
again.
felt better.
It was much better. There you go. Very, very,
Mhm.
very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if this is if you're working on like a musical theater solo piece that has a note that's at about D flat D or higher,
Hmm.
and you're having that issue where you feel like you're punching a ceiling, something like this, where you do it on the NG, and then you do it on just a simple slide, and then you do it the way that the music's written, and start to align the music with simplicity, with the simplicity of a slide. Yeah, does that make
Mm-hmm.
sense? I
Yeah.
feel like I'm not using my words well.
Yeah.
Um,
No, that makes perfect sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
great. Let's do another one.
Okay.
Yeah, and so now we're high enough that let's not do an O anymore. That's a really crappy vowel to ask you to do that high with your instrument. So just do ah, just do ah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little
Ah.
shaky, like
Yeah, totally.
uh,
Ah.
uh,
That's it. Okay, so that's the note and that's the stretch. Now,
mm-hmm.
again, let's reduce the breath pressure a little bit.
Okay.
That's right. You have to let it go to that other place. Do it again. Do it again.
Mhm.
You got it. You
Okay.
got it. Lisa, yes. Okay, now here's a thought. Can you allow the top note to sound ugly?
I can try. Yeah.
Okay, so there was some good there. There was some good
Okay.
there. It invited the cue invited in a little push, but we did get like a firmer connection to your sound. Let's do this. Nya, 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 nya.
Nya, 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 nya.
Try it. Try again. Try again.
Nya, 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 nya.
Good. Even more like eh, eh, like a cackling Halloween witch.
Okay. Okay. Nya, 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 nya.
Now ah.
Ah.
Brava.
Yeah, that
Brava.
felt great.
That sounded great.
Yeah.
That was nice. That was an E flat.
Hmm.
And that was a really nice, like a really quality, legitimate musical theater, like soloistic sound.
Hmm.
Brava.
Yay. I was gonna say, like, on a good day, like an F, like on a good day, if I'm warmed up and I'm there and I'm like in my thing, but like I had a solo. I did Xanadu, and so I had a solo, and the E was like the high note for the solo. So, and then I sang tenor for the whole rest of the show because we didn't have any other tenor. So whatever. It's the blessing of range, I guess.
Yeah. Let's do this. This next thought, if you have time, I'm running over a little
Mhm.
bit. So this next approach um, may not yield the sound that you want or need for musical theater, but it might be a helpful approach to keeping your highest range um, just worked out and fresh and happy, lubed up. Do you have a burble that works really well for you, or
Uh, I can do either.
let's do the tongue out.
Okay. One more time the note. It's a little high. I don't know that I can get up that high.
Totally fine. Let's drop. Let's come down
Okay.
to where we're comfortable, and then we'll work
Okay.
up little by little.
Okay. Maybe try the other one, and that might work better. Yeah. Yeah. Can I have the note one more time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. And that's the first one where I would guess that it didn't feel super comfortable.
Uh-uh.
But the ones below that felt pretty good to me.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That was
Same.
an A. That was an A
Mm-hmm.
on top. Okay. So let's come down. Let's come down to where it felt a little more doable. Okay, awesome. Whenever it's closed physically in the front, any sound that like can continue but that is physically closed can be very therapeutic and balancing for the throat. So you can do the note with a lot less um, pressure and muscular demand in the throat. So then I would pose the question, how do we go from the closed protected sound, the burble, to some kind of vowel, to some kind of open sound? So try this. We're going to drop it down again. So we'll do. Ooh, ooh. And when I do that, look at my lips. Ooh. Tiny, exactly.
So do you want me to start with the
Burble.
burble? Okay.
So
I was
just
like,
do
what's the
like,
word?
yeah.
Okay.
And you're doing the lips. So do like two lips and then try the tiny ooh.
Okay. Hmm. It
It's
feels really, yeah, it's like restricted.
it's restricted.
Yeah.
So we won't pound away on it.
Hmm.
Let's come down until we find the note where it doesn't feel constricted. Oh, that's closer. That's
Better. Yeah.
closer. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, so now let's do this. Let's do take your hand,
Hmm.
and we're going to try to get our mouth all the way over the webbing of the hand. And do you feel like a physical stretch
Hmm.
happen? Yep. So now remove your hand and do the burble and just maintain that physical stretch. Now do your tiny. There you go. There you go. Okay, so that we landed on an E. So if you like that process and you want to play with it on your own, I would do it on E, and then when you start to feel like I'm owning this, I got this, then
Hmm.
after a day or a week or a month or whatever, go up to the F. And in that fashion, just keep working yourself higher in a really like safe, safe way.
Hmm.
Okay? Any questions about anything that we worked
Yay.
on today?
No, I feel great. I felt like this was super productive, and there was so many. I mean, like I said, I've done a lot of singing, and I've had a lot of teachers and everything over the years, and it's always great when you can get one on one and really focus in and say, oh, do this, and now try this, and then like, okay, so like having different exercises to get you to where it is that you want to go, like that's something that I've been missing. So this was really, really lovely. And
You have a fabulous instrument.